Hey, what's good, everybody? Comment, like, subscribe, share the video. So I watched that last John Cena match. Spoilers. 2-1. He loses. I thought it was a bad idea for them to do that. They should have, if he was gonna lose, they should have got somebody else to beat him. Gunther is not at that level. He's hated, but it's just that he doesn't need that type of push. Plus, not to mention, he already retired Goldberg. They should have had a different wrestler retire Cena. If he was so wanting somebody, they kept talking about next generation. They should have gotten somebody, newer or that might have needed a push. Somebody that that's on that level, like maybe somebody from the Vision, somebody like that. If they were gonna go with a villain. Now, as for if they were gonna go with just a regular star or something like that, that's a different story. Like LA Knight and stuff like that. Who was in the tournament but didn't get that push because they again gave it to Gunther. Again, that's what people I think are upset. I think if you were gonna stick with Gunther, you should have made John Cena win. If you would have done that, it would have went perfectly. But I don't know. I'm not in the meetings and all that. It could have been John's idea. He could have said, "I don't care what anybody says. I want Gunther to win." If that's the case, it is what it is. But it went horribly wrong. Everybody in the audience was upset. You could see the shocks on their faces. They were booing. They hated it. Triple H is a wanted man right now. They want his head. They're booing Triple H, and I feel bad for Triple H because as much as he is, the boss, you know, he has to give other people's he has to get other people's opinions as well. So as much as it's his, it's his say, it's not always just his say. So, I don't know if he deserves all this blame and all this hatred because, other people also decide as to, how this is going to play out. But yeah, but I wouldn't have gone with Gunther. And if Gunther was going to be in it, like I said, he should have lost. To be honest, growing up, HBK was my favorite wrestler of all time. And to be honest, I hated John Cena for the longest time. It wasn't until he started going into actually acting, came to Hollywood, that I started appreciating him in movies and stuff like that. And seeing how he interacted with children, especially those Make-A-Wish kids, I started to appreciate John Cena for who he is. And then recently, I just came back into wrestling, and I was just like, damn, it's sad seeing them go now. But yeah, they should have went another route. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.